Today I want to talk about video game red flags, and guess what? There is a lot of them. In 2024, we had our share of duds. Shoot, this whole generation, we had our share of duds. And today I want to dive deep into why these games, either at first impression, look kind of bad, or over time, they turn out to be very shitty. The first one that comes to mind is if the game has rap music in the trailer. I don't know how many games that came out over the past 2 decades that have been terrible, but with a great hip-hop track in it, letting all the people know, like, hey, we're hip. Like, nobody, no, shit weak as hell. And it's easy to tell when they have nothing to show, so they just put a montage to a bumping hip-hop track from a black swell fella. Another red flag is AI-generated promotional art. Now, this is a sneaky one. Like, you don't notice these a lot, but when you do notice them, you be like, oh, I can easily tell that this is just an asset flip and it's ass. Like, I played a game called, I believe, Yakuza Simulator, something like that. I don't know. I don't know why I played it either, but that game had promotional AI art and is the worst game I ever played in like the past 5 years. Like, it's really bad. So if you see AI art where they got like extra fingers, or they look like, I don't know, a character you already know, like in Yakuza Simulator, it was a character that looked like Kiryu from, guess what, the Yakuza franchise. Duh. But he had face tattoos and like weird looking stuff. You can easily tell, but sometimes they get sneaky and you can't really tell. So you gotta investigate. The internet will let you know for sure. But yeah, that's definitely a red flag. Another red flag is always online for a single player game. Now, I know we live in a gaming world where always online isn't such like a huge big deal like it was before. It's still a big freaking deal, but it's not as big as it was back in the day. Because we play with these live service games, we have like services like Game Pass and PlayStation Plus, those services, and it's not a huge deal as people like to make it seem like to be like it was back in the day. But my God, if I'm playing a single player campaign, meaning there is nobody else, there is no reason to be online, if I get disconnected, I should not be penalized. My game should not immediately shut off. It's that simple. Like, single player means by myself. It does not mean I have to be online for it. So like, we will never understand it. Even like games like Diablo 3 back in the day had that stuff. Like, I remember it was a big freaking deal, and it still happens to this day. And at the end of the day too, it's also just another form of DRM. They don't want you to do anything offline with their games, and it's kind of nasty. I should not be playing games like, I don't know, like Assassin's Creed or like Hitman, where I'm literally just by myself and I need to be online to play it or to recognize that I didn't steal the game. Always online is terrible and shouldn't be a thing for single player games. Another red flag for me personally, I know most people probably won't care as much, but when I see open world, or even worse, huge open world, I get sick. I get a pit in my stomach, like, oh God, no. Because since the PS3 era, because that's when the gimmick really exploded, open world games have been here and just been a thing for every single thing, and not everybody does it well, and you just get bloated, long, big mess. I'm sorry. Like, your gameplay has to be rock solid for me to enjoy your open, bland ass world. Like, no, we're past that in this era. I can't say we passed it because people still buy these games, but I will say that there is a lot more mature gamers now that want a more quality experience over just a bloated long experience, and I'm one of them. So yeah, open world games from, I won't say no names, like Ubisoft. Sometimes I gotta stare at them like, do I really want to dive into this world? Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no. So it's a red flag that gives me a little bit hesitant. It makes me a little bit hesitant, Another red flag, live service game. Now, I'm going to say something that's probably going to like discredit me a little bit, but maybe not. I enjoy some gacha games. All right. I enjoy some live service games. In fact, I'm playing one that people think is bad right now, which is The First Descendant. I think The First Descendant is cool. It's definitely microtransaction heavy, which we'll get to that in a second. Another red flag. But live services is always looked at as, whoa, hold on now. Is this worth it? And it gets people hesitation like a mother. Like, people stop every time. I know I do. If I see live service, I'm like, oh, I don't know. So, big red flag nowadays. Like, because everybody want to be a live service. Everybody's chasing like Fortnite and Apex and like, I don't know, like they chasing them. League of Legends. They want that consistent money, that consistent stream of money without having to put in that much effort. There are some good ones out there, depending on who you ask. But you got to keep your eye out because they're far and few in between, and a lot of them are getting shut down immediately. So don't put your money into something that could get shut down immediately just because you liked it. Because Multiverse was gone for a while and it's back, but I don't know how well it's doing right now. It's probably doing fine, but yeah, there's a lot of them that got shut down. Babylon's Fall, remember that? Remember that? Another red flag that's a personal one for me. This comes from anime games. If the anime game is a 3D arena fighter, I'm pretty much out, off the rip. Not gonna lie. It's very disgusting at this point. Like, for an example, I've been waiting for a Bleach anime game for about a decade now. We finally get announcements for a new anime game for Bleach. I'm like, oh, let's go. And then it turned out to be a 3D anime fighter by Bandai, and I'm just like, another one? Another one? Like, it's so like generic because the control scheme is already there. You can easily, like, you know, form the game around it. Like, you can just swap out the characters. Like almost every anime that's like a shonen can get a 3D fighter, but that don't mean that it's like needed. It's the easy way out. It's the sucker way out. I don't know. I want more quality experiences, and that's why the only 3D arena fighters that I like to this day would be Dragon Ball Z games to a certain extent, because I think the Park and Zero game is going to be dope. But that's because you could see the care and love that's being put into it. There are a lot of them, and I mean majority of them. Let me not say a lot. Majority of the anime games do not get that same care and attention to, because they don't get the same amount of money. Yeah, all right. 3D arena fighters are not for me at all anymore. But hey, the anime community is starving for content, and they're gonna eat it up no matter what. A big, huge red flag is when pre-orders are already up without having any gameplay footage. Most recently, NBA 2K25 released a trailer saying pre-order their game with no gameplay footage. Now, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't know what 2K looks like. I don't know what NBA 2K is gonna look like. Oh my God, no. But it's the fact that people want to see changes and appreciation for a consistent series that comes out every year. They want to see what's different, what have you improved upon. And you just told them, nah, you're gonna buy it anyway. Pre-orders up, fuck nigga. You're gonna wait for the next trailer. Like, what? No, you can do better. You can do better. And that's why the community's upset right now. They also nitpicking stuff, but it don't matter. Having pre-orders up without any form of gameplay is disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You're not that guy. Another funny red flag is when you see a game that's been out for a long time, and then you see all the DLC it has, and it equals to like 8 times the price of the base game. I'm looking at you, Sims 4. Like, my God, you click the link and you click that see all DLC, and man, the Sims 4, boy, I promise you, it probably costs more than my computer. Like, it probably costs more than my computer. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if that's I guess the Sims community like understands it. I do know they nitpick some of the packs. Some of the packs come out where it's just basically nothing, or something that should have been in the first place. But when you see that, it gets you like, I don't even want to dive into this universe, this world. This feels bad. I don't. If I gotta buy the basic game, I miss out on like 20 different things. Like, what the hell? So that was a couple of my video game red flags. I have a few more in the tuck. Probably gonna be a part 2 very soon. But let me know what you think. Let me know some of your gaming red flags. And I'm out. Peace.
Look, the show's over. Fuck it, let's call some hoes over. I leave a bitch the type who won't give her no closure. What it is, you acting like that I don't know you. You acting like that I don't know you. The show's over. Fuck it, let's call some hoes over. Leave a bitch